So what's up? How we doing today? We're going to take a look at 3 key licks from Stash, the Alive One version, and each one's going to get a little harder. We're going to start with the first one that kind of opens the jam up, and I'm going to play through it with the backing track a couple times because they go quick, and if you want, you can always rewind and listen to them again, but we're going to break down what they are after each one. Let's give the first one a listen to and see what's going on. So first off, we are in D minor, and to look at the chords, we have D minor, B flat, E minor 7 flat 5, or a half diminished, whatever you want to call it, and A. And we can spice those up too. This is a good one. You can jazz it up. You can play. Sometimes Trey plays, a D minor 7 there. You can play a B flat 7, dominant 7. That same half diminished there, and then an A7. So it's a very Eastern European minor sound, and that's just straight up, D minor scale. But when you hit that note right here, that makes the scale turn into a harmonic minor. So you get that they call a leading tone. So it really takes it out there. So you can kind of use both scales, and it doesn't have to always be exactly, when you're on the A7, you play this, that. Really mix things up. Really keep in mind that this jam, it's all about dissonance, so it's a really good one to experiment. I mean, any kind of open Phish jam, it's a great thing to just experiment and not worry about the notes too much. But this one especially, try things out. We're going to look at some other weirder things like diminished scales and things, or diminished arpeggios at least. So first off, that lick right there, that actually is just very easy. It's just starting off with the D minor pentatonic. So just these notes right here. So just going. Now I should throw on my drive here. Sorry about that. So just like, 2, 3, maybe 4 times, I don't know. But just to give you the idea of what he's playing there. And then he just starts going So just also D minor pentatonic. So it's just really just right up in just an octave from right here. These notes right there. So doing that part. And that's just giving you kind of the rough idea. It's really all about messing around with the timing. And my goal with, showing these licks is not for anybody to kind of like play everything exact. They're just loose, ideas of what he's doing. And hopefully you can learn from that and extrapolate and kind of do it your own, your own way and stuff. And that's the first one. That's it. So let's take a look at the second one. Let's listen to it first, and I'll talk about what's going on. So this one starts around 6:31. Or I should say right at 6:31 if you want the exact spot. And we're getting up here now, so going. So that is thinking about this spot right here, the D minor, so D minor pentatonic, or that minor scale. And he's starting right here on the G, the 4th scale. You're going. So again, a lot of this is about timing. So it's going just right down the scale, and then does it again, hits that note twice, but the timing's like slightly different, and then right from the D right here going. That is a D diminished arpeggio. So in the backing track I originally made for this, I charted out arpeggios right here, because that gives you that note from that A7 right there. But here he's actually doing so that would be a C sharp diminished arpeggio, or there's a lot of different names you can call it. But here he's actually doing a D diminished arpeggio. And the only difference there is just getting this note right here, which is a flat 5, an A flat, which is not really in any of those chords there, but it's just the note he's doing. It just gives you a dissonant sound. I mean, the flat 5 is a great, note, which is also thought of as, the blue note. It's not just for blues and things. People think it's like for playing. But you can also play, I'm playing it this way, but actually, you can play it right there too. It's great for just making dissonance. I used to have a lot of students that would want to do crazy metal and stuff, and I'm not really into like death metal things, but I would learn songs for them, and all the time I would notice, and they're like, in those styles of music, they're using that flat 5 all the time, so because it's a really dissonant thing. So we're doing it this way, but you can do it that way too. Does it 3 times, and then and resolves at the end, slides it up to the 5th, and then lets it hang there, some sustain, some vibrato, and that's it. So again. So I just always like that lick, just really encapsulates the vibe of this song really well. So let's check out the last one. This is really a big peak one towards the end. And what is it at? 11:34. Let's hear how it sounds, and I'll break down what's going on. So now this is a good one because the last one, the first one really kind of just sets the tone, just simple, minor pentatonic. Then the second one that we just did really gets that diminished sound and encapsulates the kind of vibe of the tune. And this one really shows you the peak spot. So he's like, everything he's doing is leading up to here. And he does this thing sliding up here, not playing the D, but bending right up to it from a C. So bending from the 20th fret up to the 22nd to that D, and just bending it up a whole step. So really big peak there, and just bends it 3 times, and then some vibrato there, and then 2 real quick, and then just going to. So that's just like the D minor pentatonic. Here's the D, bending up. And then to this C again. And then putting those 2 together really gives you that ripping sound. So, and you might even want even more drive, at that point, And it's really fast. Dude, it's really starting there. Almost faster than my speed. I'm not the fastest player. It's something I gotta work on myself, is building up my chops for my speed. I'm always focused on playing a little more melodically or getting weird sounds and things, but yeah, he's really shredding there, and it really helps peak it, take it over the top, and it's just one of those great tunes where, you think they're done, they're just kind of like ramping it up, gears and gears, and you think they're done, and they just keep going, and it makes your head, you just want to explode. I've always loved this tune, and Trey always does great work on it. So normally I would put these charts in the practice backing track, but I don't know, I didn't like the way the track I made for this came out that well, so I didn't redo it. And I had some trouble with the tracks. I wanted to remix it and do some things, but I'm probably going to do another version of it someday. But we got the old one version right over here for now. If you want to go over and try these licks with it yourself, you can practice it out and try it and see how it sounds yourself. So try the licks and head on over there, and I'll see you sometime in the next video.